Hi, everyone. I'm Danny Bernstein from the Global Partnerships team focused on Google Assistant. Welcome from around the globe to our first Google Assistant Developer Day. And for those of you who have joined us for other virtual events like Voice Talks, it's great to see you again. And thank you for continuing to go on this journey with us and for giving us great feedback on how we can be a better partner. We introduced Google Assistant back in 2016 with the mission of helping people get things done more easily by enabling them to simply ask naturally for what they want. Today, every month, over 500 million people turn to Google Assistant to get things done at home and on the go, such as helping families get going in the morning, setting up reminders to stay on top of your to-do list. Along our journey, we've heard from users that they want more than a voice-only digital assistant, and hence, we've expanded on this idea to envision an ambient digital assistant that moves with you throughout the day, across devices, understanding context and intent, ready to help wherever you are, whenever you need it. Whether assistant users are looking for recipe recommendations, help keeping the family on track, finding entertainment to unwind, or helping them to be more productive, developers play an essential role in enabling users to effortlessly get what they're looking for. We're evolving Google Assistant every day to bring it closer to an ambient computing vision and to provide users with a better product and a more robust platform for developers. We're both proud and inspired that so many global brands, such as Walmart, Sony, Snap, and eBay, and many others, have joined us in the mission to help people get things done more easily. Ambient computing is a very long game, and we greatly appreciate the collaboration and, more importantly, feedback in these early stages. Today, we're going to share some new developer features that we really hope you're going to like. We'll also take a look at some of the inspiring integrations from a number of our developer partners throughout the event. And Googlers will be engaging with you in online Q&A. Here's a summary of what's in store. First up, Baris will give the keynote, where you'll hear about new features and integrations that we're super excited about. Next, we'll go deep on some of the highlight announcements in our technical sessions, and you're going to hear from established companies and independent developers, including Postmates, Discord, MyFitnessPal, Cool Games, and Age of Learning, about their development approach, as well as best practices from building ambient experiences for the Google Assistant. Finally, join us for our virtual fireside chat, where our developer relations team will answer some of the most frequently asked questions from our developer community that we've sourced through social channels and forums. Throughout the event, our team will be replying to your live questions via chat, so we invite you to lean in and engage with us this way. With that, let's get started. Take it away, Baris.
Thanks, Danny. I am Baris Gultekin, and I lead the mobile product team for Google Assistant. I'm honored to be here on behalf of our entire team to speak with all of you. Digital assistants were born out of the notion that voice computing unlocks a new way to interact with technology. For the first time in history, technology is conforming to natural human behavior instead of the other way around. And we envision an assistant that understands you in any context, on any device, and is able to gracefully orchestrate complex tasks on your behalf to make life easier and more enjoyable. We even see a lot of cases where Assistant can proactively spot opportunities to help even before you ask, like prompting you to pay your bill on time or reminding you of your anniversary with great gift ideas. There's a critical role for each of you to play in this vision. As more users turn to the Assistant to get things done, they're often looking for the kinds of things that developers just like you provide. In fact, over the last year, the number of Assistant queries that have been fulfilled by third parties has more than doubled. We're confident that this trend towards third-party fulfillment will continue to rise as the platform and the ecosystem grow. So today, I'm excited to share how we're doubling down on this vision to make it easier for each of you to play an important role in this era of ambient computing. We have lots of updates for both Android and native Assistant developers today, as well as much anticipated discovery and monetization announcements. So let's get to it. Let's start with App Actions, our solution for Android developers to easily enable their apps to fulfill queries from Assistant users. With over 2.5 billion Android devices all over the world, the phone is the center of our lives. It's the foundation of a user's ecosystem of personal devices, apps, and services. As we think about the role of phones in our ambient computing vision, we started by voice enabling the core functionality of our phones, such as calling, messaging, and device controls. And now, we also want to make the actual experience of using our phones transformationally better. Through intent understanding and the ability to orchestrate across apps and services, Google Assistant can make everyday tasks much faster and easier. From simple things like opening and searching within apps to more complex tasks like placing a grocery order based on your shopping list. Instead of navigating through each app to get things done, a user might simply ask the assistant for something like, "Order my groceries," using just their voice. App Actions allows you to integrate your Android app with Google Assistant to make your app eligible to fulfill assistant queries, allowing your users to bypass all the intermediate steps and get them right to the point in your app where engagement matters. As developers, you can enable this experience for your users by adding assistant queries that link to specific functionality in your apps. We started piloting App Actions with a small set of verticals, working with partners like Nike Run Club, PayPal, and others. And we heard a lot of interest from our developer community for more app verticals and intents to be supported. So today, I'm excited to announce that App Actions is now available for all Android apps to integrate. Millions of times each day, users ask Google Assistant to open their favorite apps. But we've seen that many of them are actually trying to search within apps. So in addition to supporting an open intent for all Android developers, we're adding support for searching in apps and opening specific pages in apps, offering all of you more ways to easily connect your users to your app through Google Assistant. Now let's do a demo to show how this works. Hey Google, open Twitter. Show Taylor Swift. How about John Legend? Search for accent chairs on Wayfair. Blue ones. Show my accounts on Mint. Find light blue basketball shoes on eBay. Find emails about App Actions on Yahoo Mail. It's easy to implement all these common intents to your Android apps. You can simply declare support for these capabilities in your actions.xml file to get started. For searching, you can provide a deep link that will allow the assistant to pass a search term into your app. And for opening pages, you can provide a deep link with the corresponding name for Assistant to match your user's requests. It's that simple. Now, in addition to searching and opening pages, we want to enable users to take app-specific actions. We first piloted App Actions in select verticals such as finance, ride-sharing, food ordering, and fitness. And for category-specific app functionality, this adds built-in intents on top of the common intents for unique cases in these verticals such as send money or start an exercise. And we've now grown our catalog from around 20 intents to more than 60 intents, and from 4 verticals to cover more than 10 verticals. And I'm happy to share that we now work with many of the top brands in each of these verticals. These built-in intents are designed to help you leverage your known developer tools, such as Android Studio, to provide fast and easy development paths. And we're already hearing great feedback from our partners, and many of them are able to stand these up in less than a day. We're very excited about these new features, and I hope that you are too. We'll continue to expand on these category-specific built-in intents, but we've also heard that many of you want support for more custom intents based on your particular app's purpose. So I'm excited to announce that starting from today, you can build custom intents and map them to your app's actions. Here's an example of a custom intent from Discord. Hey Google, join server Latin on Discord. This query enabled Discord to use a custom intent to enable users to join a public server called Latin. Here's another one from Snapchat. Hey Google, send a snap using the cartoon face lens. They use a custom intent to enable users to bypass all the intermediate steps and send a snap using the lens that they choose. Looks pretty cool, right? With more common, built-in, and custom intents available, every Android developer can now enable fulfillment paths for assistant user queries that tailor to exactly what your app offers. We are excited about how little effort it takes to do these integrations. We also wanted to make it equally easy to enable your users to discover your actions. We're designing new touchpoints in natural Google Assistant flows to help users easily learn about apps that support app actions. Let's take a look at some examples. Hey Google, show Taylor Swift. As you can see, the assistant will be recommending relevant app actions even when the user doesn't mention the app name explicitly. Google Assistant will also be suggesting apps proactively, even before a user has said the query, depending on the app usage patterns. Let's see an example from Walmart, where the user will be able to book a time with Walmart to pick up their order. Book a time with Walmart. We are invested in this app ecosystem for the long term, and we want to continue driving more value for users and developers through discovery efforts like this. We also want to give our users a way to map their own custom queries to their most common tasks. That's why we're excited to introduce app shortcuts, allowing users to customize a query and define what it will do with their favorite app. Starting today, users can set up and explore suggested shortcuts by simply saying, "Hey Google, shortcuts." We'll also make proactive suggestions for shortcuts throughout the assistant. By adding new shortcuts to the assistant, users can make their frequent tasks much easier with a personalized command. Let's take a look. As you can see, once the user creates a shortcut, they can customize the query to say what they want. Once your app action is live, your users will be able to create shortcuts to access the specific functionality within your app even more quickly and easily. This is currently available for many apps, with many more to come soon. We have a large catalog of shortcuts, and we're excited that your users can now just say a short phrase to accomplish frequent tasks with your favorite apps. With all these announcements, such as searching in apps, opening specific pages in apps, a wide catalog of built-in intents, custom intents, suggestions, and shortcuts, any Android developer can enable their users to get things done more easily with Assistant. And with just a days of work, enabling deep links and adding a simple XML file, developers can take advantage of everything that the app actions has to offer. And with discoverability baked into the product, we're excited to see developers deriving real value from these integrations. Thanks to some of our early developer partners, we're together able to provide seamless mobile journeys for all of our users. And we look forward to more of you joining us in this journey to help make the Assistant even more helpful for your users in the days to come. Now, let's talk about how we're improving the native development platform for Google Assistant. Back in June, we launched new developer tools, such as Actions Builder and Actions SDK, which made it easier to design and build conversational actions on the Assistant. We're excited about many partners that have already been building with these, such as Cool Games and Sony. We also announced a new conversational model that greatly improved the quality of the actions, making Google Assistant's responses faster and more accurate. I'm happy to share that we've reached another milestone for the Assistant developer platform, and we're announcing a bundle of exciting features that both continue to improve the quality of the tools we offer and the experiences that you can build. Let's start with a foundational change. If we were having this announcement in person, I'd ask for a show of hands. How many of you find the text-to-speech voices relaxing? I can't see you, but I can tell it's nobody. We've heard your feedback, that you need better voices to match the quality of the experiences that you're delivering on the Assistant. So, we've released 2 new English voices to our developer community. These take advantage of an improved prosody model and will sound a lot more natural. Let's listen.
This is the old voice.
This is the new voice.
These voices are now available, and you can leverage them in your existing actions by simply making the change in the Actions console. But what can you build with these better voices? We know many of you are excited to build for the smart displays and have been wanting to access the interactive canvas, an API that's restricted to games. Until now. I'm pleased to share the expansion of the interactive canvas to actions in the education and storytelling verticals. Whether you're building an action that teaches someone to cook, explains the phases of the moon, helps a family member with grammar, or takes you through interactive adventure, you'll have access to the full visual power of Canvas. Another feature we're all excited about is continuous match mode. This allows Google Assistant to keep the microphone open and respond instantaneously to specific words without having to invoke the assistant every time while playing a game. Let's take a look at how one of our partners, Cool Games, has leveraged both the Canvas and continuous match mode to build an engaging and interactive game on the smart display.
Which difficulty do you want to play?
Normal.
I like normal too. All right, let's see the drawings.
Fossil. Vegetables. Marathon.
Great job. That's impressive.
If you're interested in building a game, story, or educational experience, you can apply for access to continuous match mode today on our website. Specifically for game developers, we built a new site just for you. This resource hub is filled with a gaming playbook, code samples, tools access, and everything you need to create an awesome game for smart displays. And we want to build on the momentum of our new platform and make tooling even better. First, to make building assistant experiences more enjoyable, we've sped up Actions Builder. Now, even the most sophisticated projects should load up quickly, allowing you to build more and more compelling experiences while enjoying a responsive IDE. You've heard me talk extensively about quality, and we want to help you deliver delightful experiences for your users. That means ensuring everything in your action works properly. And you're probably accustomed to testing your action manually in the simulator or invoking it on a home device next to your workstation. Today, we're announcing the Actions Testing API, a programmatic way to test your critical user journeys and ensure there aren't any broken conversation paths. Using this framework allows you to run end-to-end tests in an isolated preview environment, run regression tests, and add continuous testing to your arsenal. This API is being released to general availability soon. Next, we know many of you supported the Assistant Developer Platform in the first phase of growth and have invested in Dialogflow-based actions. We want you to enjoy the benefits of the new platform without having to build from scratch. That's why we're offering a migration tool inside the Actions console that automates much of the work to move projects to the improved platform. As developers, you're already used to many existing tools and development environments. At Google, we want to enable you to use your favorite tools, so we've been working with partners to support a robust ecosystem of third-party tools. That's why we're excited to share that VoiceFlow and Jovo, two market leaders in voice application development, have updated their integrations to take advantage of the latest APIs. Whether you choose to build with our tools or take advantage of the robust capabilities of our partners, you'll still be able to enjoy the full capabilities of Assistant Development Platform. Now that you've built something incredible, you're ready for your users. And this brings us to discovery. We know it's been challenging to drive engagement with your experiences. It's been a consistent point of feedback that we should improve discovery for your actions. With that goal in mind, we'll soon be opening 2 new built-in intents for public registration. These built-in intents discover a range of intents in the education and storytelling domains, and join games as principal areas of investment for our developer ecosystem. First, let's look at the educational built-in intent. When a user invokes the intent, they'll be presented with a browsable selection of actions across a variety of topics. When you register your action to the education built-in intent, you'll select the most relevant topics and participate in the query stream. Inside the console, you'll also be able to suggest new topics, so we can update this experience based on your feedback. Turning our attention to storytelling, we see that users love consuming stories on Google Assistant. Whether listening passively to their favorites or interacting with a visual experience, we see great engagement. That's why we're opening these queries to our developer ecosystem and introducing new categories so users have much more control and can find the story they love. In addition to launching new channels of discovery for developer actions, We also want to provide more control over how you and your users reach your actions. You may be familiar with action links as a way to deep link to your conversational action. They have been used with great success by partners like Sushiro, Caixa, and Galeano Zaffarano. We're excited to announce that we're relaunching this feature as Assistant Links, which enables partners to deliver rich Google Assistant experiences in their websites, as well as deep link to their Google Assistant integrations from anywhere on the web. As an example, TD Ameritrade has used rich Assistant links and assist.js to streamline the account linking flow and guide the user to their integration. This is one example of how we're making account linking better. And we realize that it supports one of the most important goals for Google Assistant: help your business succeed. Now, let's talk about some of our other improvements for account linking as well. We know you build personalized and premium experiences for your users. And in order to make money, you need it to be easier for your users to connect their accounts. To help streamline this process, we're opening 2 betas for improved account linking flows that will allow simple, streamlined authentication via apps. The first is Link with Google. Users start with an Android or iOS app where they're already logged in and complete the linking flow with just a few clicks without the need to re-enter their credentials. Next, let's talk about AppFlip. You've probably heard about this before. It's Google's best practice solution for linking with frequently installed apps. AppFlip allows users to securely and simply link their Google account to your authentication systems without having to remember their credentials. It also drastically reduces the number of steps it takes to link your services to your users' accounts. This works best in combination with streamlined account linking, leveraging Google's sign-in and OAuth. We hope you leverage these cool new account linking features as you build your Assistant experiences. One of the exciting things about smart displays is that it's an inherently communal device. So if you're offering an experience that is meant to be enjoyed collaboratively, you need a way to share state between users and multiple devices. Let's say you're working on a puzzle, and your roommate wants to help with a few pieces on the smart display. We are introducing household authentication tokens, so all users in a home can now share these types of experiences. In order to access this feature, simply select Household Account Linking in the console, and users will be asked if they'd like to share the link with their household as part of the flow. Now, let's talk about the improvements we're making to the transaction flow on smart displays. We want to make it easier for you to add seamless voice and display-based monetization capabilities to your experience. Smart displays have fundamentally different transaction processing user expectations than phones. So we're making significant investments here to make sure we get this right. We've started supporting voice match as an option for payment authorization. And early next year, we'll also launch on-display CVC entry. Expect more on this front in the next few quarters. We've come to the end of our keynote. We've talked about some of the fundamental improvements we've made to the developer platform, such as better testing capabilities, improved tools, greater access to capabilities like more natural voices, interactive canvas, and continuous match. We're also excited to bring new channels of discovery and promotions to the developer ecosystem, and a smoother account linking and transaction flows. Whether you adopt app actions and connect your Android application to Google Assistant, or build something natively for smart displays, we're very excited about how these improvements unlock meaningful opportunities and real business value on your platform. We have lots more ahead and encourage you to think about your next projects and continue to share your feedback with us. That's all for me. Back to you, Danny.
Thanks, Baris. We hope you are as excited as we are about these new developer features. We believe these new tools, such as app actions, app shortcuts, native assistant development tools, improvements to discovery and monetization features, will enable you to build rich experiences that ultimately enable users to get things done more easily and in a more natural way using the Google Assistant. In our next segment, we will hear from our speakers about all these announcements in greater technical depth and get to see how Google Assistant works behind the scenes to get your users the help they need throughout their day, whether it's on the go, using their mobile phones, or at home on their smart displays. You will also hear directly from partners about their experience building for the Google Assistant. After that, We also have a fireside chat coming up after the sessions where you can ask live chat questions to our Assistant Developer Relations team. You can also engage with our teams throughout the event on the livestream platform or on our social channels using the hashtag Google Assistant Dev Day. Now, let's go to Shika and Adam to go deeper on app actions.